Your first look at high school football scores and highlights. This is First Down Friday Night with the WZDX Sports Team. First Down Friday Night, sponsored by your local Health Mart Pharmacy and B2EDI. Be the best to ever do it.
The first week of October bringing about a lot of meaningful matchups on the gridiron, and we've got them right here on First Down Friday Night. Good evening, everyone. I'm Mo Carter, and we have to thank Jordan Dressman for hooking us up with some football weather on the outside because it felt great last night and even tonight. It also feels good to have a great combo in my sports team. I'm talking about Charity Chambers and Kayla Carlisle. They were out and about today, and they'll let me know what kind of great games they had on the docket. Ladies?
Well, tonight for our game of the week, it's a battle of the unbeatens as they are battling it out for that top spot in Class 3A Region 7. Talking about the back-to-back state champions, the Fyffe Red Devils, they're taking on Plainview. I'll have those highlights coming up.
I've got two region matchups coming up in Class 4A this evening. First up, we'll have Rogers taking on Priceville. Then right after that, I'll have highlights coming up of Brooks versus West Limestone. Those highlights and more coming up in just a few minutes.
Thank you so much as always, ladies. Of course, everybody, we'll check back with them very soon. We'll start tonight in Class 6A Region 8. Cullman and Muscle Shoals sit on top of that group, but then there's a logjam for second between Buckhorn, Hartselle, and Athens. The latter two playing tonight, and that's where we'll kick things off on First Down Friday night. Both teams picking up an out-of-region win on last week. Athens comes out quick and wants to keep the ball on the ground, so they do it with Jalen Gilbert. He picks up nice yardage there, but he's not the only one who can run. Their quarterback taking the direct snap, and he picks up a nice amount of gain right here. That's Jordan Scott, everyone. Now look, he locks over a few people on the sideline, but he was A-OK. Athens now knocking on the door. That's Jalen Gilbert. He gets into the end zone for a score. Extra point was no good, so Athens was only up 6-0. After the 3 and out, the Golden Eagles on the move once again. They follow, go to the air. It's Jordan Scott throwing it over to Dylan Roper, and he will make a very nice catch right there on the sideline. That guy's got some great hands, everyone. Then first play of the second quarter is Jordan Scott running it, and he will pick up some great yardage, and eventually he will set himself up for this. In the second quarter, just look at him with the play fake. He jukes a man and then gets into the end zone right there. It's 12-0 at that point. Let's check out your final score, everyone. As Athens goes on to win by a final of 19-7. Next week, Athens will take on Buckhorn, while Hartselle will take on Muscle Shoals. Across the river in Decatur, it was the Red Raiders playing host to Cullman. Cullman strikes first. Noah Key with the inside reverse to Jake Doolin. Watch Doolin just run out of the pack, everyone. Scampers 33 yards for a touchdown. Cullman up 7-0. And hey, the Cullman cheerleaders, they are loving it on the sideline as well. Later on, Bearcats on the move once again. This time, it's Jake Doolin taking the pitch around the left side, and watch him just put on the Jets. Throws not one, but two stiff arms on the men, and he will be tripped up inside the 30-yard line. Great gain for the guys from Cullman. That will set up this. Max Doolin right up the gut for the quarterback sneak. It is a touchdown. Cullman up 21-0 at that point. Let's check out your final score from across the river, everyone. Cullman goes on to win by a final of 21-10. Next week, it's Cullman versus Columbia, while Decatur will take on Hazel Green. Staying in that region, Buckhorn traveling to Milton Frank Stadium last night to take on Columbia. And right off the bat, Columbia showing some promise. Check out the defensive stop right here by the Eagles, tackle for a loss. But then the defense will start to wear out. The Bucks advance the ball down the field. Tyler Zawacki handing it off to Quentin Turner. He finds pay dirt. Bucks up 7-0. Fast forward now. Eagles go for the punt. The punt comes up short, and the Buckhorn Bucks will have it with great field position. And when you have great field position, you try to capitalize on things like this. Zawacki taking the snap, hands it off to his go-to guy. It's Turner. He gets some good yardage before the Eagles defense will get the stop. Now, inside the 10-yard line, Zawacki hands it off to Ryan Henry, and Henry says hello to the end zone, everyone. Touchdown right there. Let's check out your final score from last night. Buckhorn goes on to win via shutout, 51-0. Also in that region, you remember, Muscle Shoals picking up a win because Hazel Green had a COVID-19 forfeit. Next week, Buckhorn takes on Athens, while Columbia will take on Cullman. Dropping down to Class 1A now, Woodville playing host to Cedar Bluff. After a quick 3-and-out, it's Cedar Bluff's James Clifton. Watch him rip off a nice run and shedding a bunch of tackles here, and he will pick up a first down. Now, we got a quick pass coming this time. It's Andre Leak. He picks up a good 20-yard gain, lowers the shoulders, and stays on his feet right there. Then it's Clifton once again. He'll be coming right there into your living room, everyone, as he'll be breaking tackles, and he will not be stopped. A stiff arm, and then he's in for the touchdown, everyone. Cedar Bluff up 6-0. But Woodville would answer on their next drive. They've got well, first of all, let me show you this. The extra point hits the upright, boink, so it's only 6-0, Cedar Bluff. Now, Woodville, they will answer back with their quarterback, Jackson Peak, finding Easton Parker across the middle. Then it is Jackson Peak keeping the rock, and he'll pick up some nice gains right here as the pocket will break down. Look at him just juking defenders and picks up solid yardage. And look, hey, if it works once, why don't it work again? So it's Peak going into the end zone, and that's a touchdown, everyone. They will get a 2-point conversion. They were up 8-6 when our cameras left, but let's check out your final from this one. Cedar Bluff goes on to win by a big margin. Final score 56-28. Cedar Bluff picks up the victory. Woodville, they're off next week, so they'll take on Galesville on October the 16th. Everybody, you know the drill. We are on social media at Mo Carter WZDX, at Kayla Carlisle. Well, Kayla Carlisle, she's at Kayla WZDX, at Charity Chambers. She's at Charity WZDX. Shoot us a tweet. We may be able to read it out on air because we still have 23 minutes left to show you scores and highlights on our lovely station. We're just getting started here on First Down Friday night. Coming up next, we'll take you out east for some action featuring Fyffe, Plainview, and Section. You don't want to miss it.
Now back to the action on First Down Friday night.
And welcome back, everyone. In Northeast Alabama, the Plainview Fyffe game continues to be a must-see contest each year. These two teams have a rivalry that goes back decades. Fyffe, they've had the upper hand in recent years, but an undefeated Plainville squad is looking to change that. Sports anchor Charity Chambers joins us from that part of Alabama, and she's got more.
Well, it was not only a battle of the unbeaten tonight, it was also a battle for that top spot in Class 3A Region 7 as Fyffe took on Plainview. Now, both of these teams 5-0 on the season. The Fyffe Red Devils hasn't lost a game since the 2017 season. Of course, the Bears were hoping to change that tonight, so let's take a look at those highlights. Both teams pumped up for tonight's game. Fans were here 2.5 hours early for the game. First quarter, Bears with the ball first. It's third down. Plainview trying to keep the drive alive. Noah White pitches it to Jathan Underwood, who picks up the first down. A few plays later, it's fourth down at about 4, and they're going for it. White, once again to Underwood. He cuts inside, picking up the first down. Plainview in the red zone. This time it's once again fourth down, and you know what? They're going for it. White drops back, doesn't like what he sees. He's scrambling, and Kyle Dukes with the sack for the Red Devils, so turnover on downs. That drive alone took up most of the first quarter, so to the second we go. Score still tied at 0, but the Red Devils about to change that. Ike Rao on the QB keep. He follows his blockers, hits the hole, and nobody's catching him. He's making a house call. He takes it to the end zone for a score. Extra point would be good. Fyffe goes up 7-0. Next possession for Plainview. It's 4th and 12, and it looks like they were trying to fake it, but he didn't like what he saw, so he tries to punt it away. It ended up going only about 15 yards, though. So the Red Devils in good scoring position once again, and it's Ike Rao on the QB keep once again. Somebody pick up the phone. He's making another house call. Red Devils went up 14-0. Let's take a look at that final score. A little bit down the road, Section hosting Falkville in the second quarter. Falkville with a commanding 26-0 lead. And here's part of the reason why. Look at this Blue Devils defense. That's what you call a textbook tackle there by Christian Angulo. Couple plays later, once again, defense just showing out as Jace Holcomb is sacked by Lorenzo Ochoa. It's 4th down for section. It's a fake. Holcomb to Drake McCutcheon. That'll be good for a 1st down. But I gotta say, once again, it would be the Blue Devils defense coming in clutch with another sack. Falkville went on to win. Here's a look at the final score. Next week, Falkville will be taking on Tanner. Section will be taking on Whitesburg Christian. So as you saw earlier in those highlights, Fyffe completely dominated, getting the win against Plainview. They now improved to 6-0 on the season, handing Plainview their first loss of the season. Next week, Fyffe will take on North Sand Mountain. Plainview will take on Collinsville. For Down Rainsville, I'm Charity Chambers. Mo, sending it back to you.
Thanks, Charity. Now, recently we decided to honor the guys in the trenches. So we teamed up with Pro Football Hall of Famer Walter Jones, and now we have the Walter Jones Best to Ever Do It Lineman of the Week Award. Take a look at our latest winner.
And this week, he's got a Lineman of the Week Award, Best to Ever Do It, and it's Shawn Sellers. Yes, sir.
Coming in at 6 feet, 230 pounds, senior O-lineman Shawn Sellers is awarded this week's Best to Ever Do It Walter Jones Top 100 Offensive Lineman of the Week.
And look, guess who we got on the phone right here? Got somebody want to say hi to you, man.
Hey, how you doing?
Hey, what's up, Shawn, man? Hey, I just want to congratulate you, man. Everything you're doing, man. Continue to keep doing.
The explosive player from Sparkman was able to FaceTime NFL Hall of Famer Walter Jones after practice this week for some words of encouragement.
So keep them up, man. Congratulations on being Walter Jones, Best to Ever Do It, Lineman of the Week.
I'm happy. I'm really happy.
And even head coach LaRon White got in on the action, receiving 100 thank yous from the organization.
I appreciate it. Thanks.
It's help from coaches on the field that help give the players an opportunity to get better. That's something Sellers says his coaches preach every day.
Just always do your best, you know. Everybody makes mistakes. You're going to make a mistake in the game. But, you know, you just got to win more times than lose.
And when it comes to crushing it on the field, Sellers says he likes making breakfast.
What's your favorite part about playing offensive line?
The physicality. I love just hitting people every play and getting pancakes.
What does that mean?
Putting someone on the ground and just laying on top of them.
Congrats to Shawn on winning the Best to Ever Do It Walter Jones Offensive Lineman of the Week. Tune in next week to see who we pick next.
All right, we'd like to say congratulations once again to Shawn for winning that award. Let's take a break. Up next, we're heading west to the Shoals area for some more action. Stay with us.
Now, more scores and highlights from across the valley on First Down Friday night.
Welcome back, everyone. There are 4 ways to watch First Down Friday night every week. Of course, live right here on WZDX and also live on our website, rocketcitynow.com. The full show will be updated to the WZDX YouTube page around midnight, or you can sit back on Sunday at 6 p.m. and watch it on Whammy 54.2. A lot of action taking place out west tonight in Class 4A. For those matchups, here's our very own Kayla Carlisle.
The Priceville Bulldogs have had a pretty good start to their season so far. Right now, they're 4-1, but coming into tonight's region matchup, they were tied for 2nd place in Class 4A Region 8. Last year, Priceville took home the win over Rogers. Let's see if they could do it again tonight. Priceville Rogers tonight, but let's go ahead and get into the action. First quarter, Rogers brought KILLEN, hands it off to Byron Lane. Lane finds an opening and takes it right to the house for the Pirates score. Rogers goes up 7-0. Priceville's turn to retaliate, though. Mason Carty recovers the snap, and he calls his own number, going for it, dodging defenders before getting taken down. Bulldogs first down. But would they capitalize? Carty believes they will. He keeps the ball again and does it himself, taking it to the end zone to tie it up. Here's a look at the final score between these two. Next week, Priceville hosts region leader Central Florence, while Rogers travels to Deschler. Also happening in Class 4A tonight, a similar pairing between West Limestone and Brooks. Second quarter, West Limestone up 10-7, and with the ball, Colin Patterson hands off to Dakota Wilson. He gets taken down, and he fumbles the ball. Brooks Jagger Gray would be there to recover it. Tigers take over. A few plays later, Tigers with possession and on 3rd down. QB scrambles around. He gets sacked by a couple of defenders, forcing the Tigers to punt. Fast forward to the 3rd quarter now. West Limestone starting out with the ball. Patterson hands it off to Thorne Slayton, who would gain some good yardage to put the Wildcats 1st and goal. Wildcats ready to score now. Patterson takes the snap. He pushes through the Tigers defense to get another touchdown. West Limestone goes up 17-7. And here's a look at your final score for that matchup. Next week, West Limestone will travel to Wilson, and Brooks will travel to West Morgan. In KILLEN, I'm Kayla Carlisle, WZDX Sports.
All right, everybody. So thank you so much, Kayla, on that one. We're going to jump to Class 7A, an intriguing matchup taking place last night in Madison. Sparkman, they're on top of Region 4 with an undefeated mark. Bob Jones, they got back on the field after a positive COVID-19 test caused them to cancel and forfeit a pair of games. Last night's matchup featuring brother versus brother. Head coach LaRon White with the Senators on the left, while Kelvis, he's with the Patriots, and he is on the right. Approaching halftime, we'll scoreless. Bob Jones with the ball. Slate Alford running out of real estate on the left side. So it's like, you know what? I'm going to roll out and go to the right side. And as fires his pass and is caught by Rowan Jones. He picks up a first down, but eventually Bob Jones would have to punt. Time winding down now. Sparkman is knocking on the door. They hand it off to Chance McClendon, and the former First Down Friday Night MVP knows what to do with the rock. Watch him bounce it outside, stretch out for the goal line, and that is a touchdown, everyone. Sparkman up 7-0 at the break. Fast forward now to the second half. It's 10-0 Senators, and they are knocking on the door once again. And Nick Sawyer rolls out, finds Makai Wall in the flats. He takes it in for a touchdown. Let's check out your final score from last night. Sparkman goes on to win by a final 31-0, shutting out the Patriots in this series for the first time since 1978. Next week, Sparkman in Florence and Bob Jones at Albertville. Staying in that region, Grissom playing host to Austin. The Tigers sporting the all-Cleveland Brown look tonight as they take on the Black Bears. Tigers coming out strong. Grissom knocking on the door. Landon Curie taking the direct snap, lowers his shoulders and gets him to the end zone. Grissom up 7-0. Now Austin's next drive would stall, so Jacob Foss and the Tigers, they wouldn't be moving the ball once again. Watch as Foss scrambles, and fires a laser among the sidelines, and a nice grab right here by Reed Dexter for Grissom. The drive would stall, so Ricardo Zimmerman comes on and boots a 43-yard field goal, and that thing is good. Grissom up 10-0. And hey, when you're in a situation like that, things can just get better, right? Foss throws it across the middle to John Stogner. He shakes a tackle, and he wants the end zone, and he's going to find it. 16-0 at the break. Grissom was up. Let's check out your final score, though, as Austin comes all the way back and seals a 25-23 victory. Man, what a comeback for the Black Bears. Also, Albertville picking up a victory over Huntsville due to COVID-19. Next week is Austin and Huntsville, and Grissom and James Clements. We'll wrap up the show after the break, everyone. It was a cat fight tonight in Scottsboro as Scottsboro played host to Fort Payne. And don't worry, Carol Baskin was not invited for this one. All right, everyone. So Jacob Manning goes ahead and picks up a big yardage right there. And then later on, we've got John David Blaylock throwing the go route to Cam Thomas. Hauls it in, 36-yard touchdown, 10-7, Fort Payne on top. All right. Here we go. Following an onside kick, Hunter Love finds pay dirt, and he gets it into the end zone right there. That made it 31-14 at the break. But Scottsboro, they would fight back in the fourth quarter. Fort Payne only up by 8. Jacob Manning scores a touchdown here. Then he would score on the two-point conversion. It's 34-34. Now, Fort Payne marches all the way down the field late in the fourth. Hunter Love once again finds the end zone, 41-34. Scottsboro gets the ball all the way down to the Fort Payne 4-yard line. They hand it off to number 4, Javaris Branford. He stopped at the 1-yard line. Scottsboro with no timeouts left, and that is your ball game, everyone. It's so good we had to turn the lights out on it. So let's check out your final score from this one as Fort Payne goes on to win by a final of 41-34. Next week, Scottsboro takes on Aniana, while Fort Payne will take on Southside Gaston. Quickly, let's tell you about our First Down Friday Night. MVP of Week 5 is Westminster Christian quarterback Brandon Mush. Last week, he had 309 yards, 5 touchdowns while leading the Wildcats to their first win of the season against Lawrence County. If you know a deserving athlete to be the next MVP, shoot us an email, news@rocketcitynow.com, with the player's name, the Of course, the school, the position, and we need the stats, everybody. Once again, thank you so much for joining us here on another edition of First Down Friday Night. Be safe, everyone. Have a great weekend, and don't forget to mask up.
You've been watching First Down Friday Night, sponsored by your local Health Mart Pharmacy and B2EDI. Be the best to ever do it.